Hey there, everybody. Robert Taylor with Wonderscape Creations, continuing on with our Narrative Pro series. We're going to go ahead and get the Unequip and Equip done. And if we have time in this episode, we will also get the attack combo set up for this weapon. Sorry, I had to go elsewhere and help somebody with a bug. All right, let's go ahead and get this started. So first things first is I know I will be using these animations. And that means I want a place for them to live. So I'm going to put them in a place that's very similar to where the axe is. So if I come here to animations, weapons, new folder, great swords. Make sure, okay, yes, I then had one here for general. And this is where I'm going to place the general animations and animation montages. Now you're not going to see me pulling them from one of my many content browsers that I have opened up, but just know that I'm dragging them from one folder location to another one, and I'm going to move them. So the sequence 1 is unequipping, and sequence 2 is equipping. As you can see right here, equip 01 is putting it away. Open this up. Equip 02 is pulling it out. So we now know which one's which. Hit pause here. Open this up. We are going to do the unholster first because we want to make sure that it works, right? So let me open up my example that I have here. And I'm going to pause the video that's there. So let's go ahead and make this animation montage. So to make animation montages, you have a couple of options. And I'm going to say this now so that you don't feel like I'm wasting your time. There are 21 curves currently, this may change in 2.2, that are required in order for equipping and unequipping to work that need to be on your animation montage. So with that information, you can either go to where these are at and duplicate them. That way you have the curves automatically. Or you can just make new ones and then copy all 21 of them over. And that's what it's annoying, but that's what I'm going to do. It's also what I'm going to do here in this video. I'm sorry. Duplication has a tendency of breaking sometimes with Unreal Engine, and it's a bug they've never been able to figure out, and it's been around since last I heard. I think it was Unreal Engine 3. So it's lost forever. But let's come over here to the equip, and we're going to choose create and a montage, and I'm going to do this am underscore equip greatsword. Now I'm going to open it up, and it replaced where the animation was, and as you can see, it looks pretty much the same, but it's not. So let's go ahead first and pause this. And the very first thing we're going to do is find where the equip happens. So just like when we're setting this up for, what's the word I'm looking for? In the skeletal mesh, we need to do that here in the animation as well. So as soon as the fingers are completely closed around it, right here, we'll go about right there, and if we have to fix something down the road, we will. Now we're going to right click, add notify, and we're going to look for the notify holster. I don't know what the differences are between both of them. So I'm going to, because I can't remember which one I selected yesterday, I'm going to choose the top one. We're going to hope it's the same. Now, when we select it, if I recall correctly, there's nothing we have to do in here. No. there's one thing we need to make sure we set. So here in the default group slot, let me make this bigger here. This default group dot default slot, we need to come down and slot name, we need upper body. Let's save. Yes, right now it looks like it's broken. But up here in the notify, we're also going to make sure we change that to upper body just to make sure. And we'll be fine. I'll close it real quick. Open it up. And here it is, working as it should. So because it's distracting, I'm going to pause that. And there's a couple things we need to do over here on the left side. And I don't know what the repercussions is of not changing these. I will be playing with them on my own. I'm just mirroring what the holster does for the equipping and unequipping does by default for Narrator Pro. And when you change this to cubic, then this blend time for the blend out needs to be 0.3. Again, cubic. And then he had blend out trigger time as 0. And I do believe that was it. Yes, it was. Okay, so we're going to hit save. There we go. Now, with that done, everything should work. Now, before we go into that, I want to make sure you guys understand upper body means it's only going to, the animation is only going to play from the waist up. And that's how they've chosen to set this up. If you're wanting them to not have that, you can go with default, but then you're going to need to go into the animation blueprint and figure out where that's all set up so that you can change that. Because I'm fairly certain that that's where that is set up. We're going to hit save. Then we're going to come in here to our basic greatsword 01, not the visual. Yeah, we need to be in the visualizer, sorry. And we're going to go to unholster. And I'm just going to put them both first person and second and third person here. File and save. Now, we're going to equip our sword and make sure everything works. So if we come up here, I'm going to go into Arya's Ashes. And you go into my game mode here. Oh no, that's Wonderscape Creations. Blueprint, game mode. Open up my game mode. Let's bring this over here. And I'm opening up my character definition. The main character for our mini game is named Arya. And then I'm going to come out here to the default load items. I have my own load items here because I'm just testing out my weapons here. Great Sword 01. Let's save. Now let's hit play and see what we have. And look at that. Set where we needed it. Now, as you can see, it is spaced back a bit far from the back. So in a future video, not this week, but at some point when we're getting down into the macro details and the micro details, that's when I'll fix this. But if I hit T, you'll see that it didn't work. And I did that on purpose. That way you know what's going on here. So let's hit escape. We come back here. If you recall, I said we needed 21 curves. Where's our curves? I'm going to do this. Grab this one right here. Now, the easiest way to do this is to just select this one, copy, click on the curves, and paste. And yes, doing this 21 times. Now, like I said, if you wanted to, and you didn't want to have to deal with this, you can very easily duplicate it. Just know that if it suddenly stops working, the next time you play, that means that the file got corrupted. At which point you'll need to redo the work, and you can duplicate, and chances of it happening again are fairly small, but not impossible. Just know that if you close the project and open it back up and it's not corrupted, then you're not going to have it corrupting in the future. At least you shouldn't. All right. Almost done, ladies and gentlemen. 2/3 of the way there. And done. 21, 21. Perfect. Now let's hit save. And if we hop back in now, hit T, look at that. And it looked rather clean as it did it. Perfect. So now let's go ahead and do that for our Unequip as well. I will go ahead and this time I will duplicate. I'm going to risk it. Show you the method. I'm going to duplicate the equip one that I just got done with, and all the way up here, Unequip. Change the name. Let it save and do its thing. And we're going to open it up. That way I can show you how to do this. So now we get our animation here. Place it in here on the green. Delete the first one. So now you only have the original, or the Unequip. Now, right there, we move this. Oops. Come on. Move this anim notify. Let's save. Come in here to our visuals. Our Unequip, we'll put in the holster. Compile and save. Hit T and hit T. Look at that. Looks amazing. Perfect. Now then, it has been 13 minutes. Don't want to make this even longer, so I am going to cut it off right here. In the next episode, it'll be the final one. We will get the weapon set made so that we can do some attacks. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.